Hey guys, I'm back here at Ocala Golf Shop and Fitting Center. We're going to be doing another day of recording, answering a lot of questions that we have again. Um, to be honest, the last one got a lot of feedback from a lot of people. It was awesome. They told me whenever I was out and about. Um, some of my daughter's friends, Nate, hey bud, this one's for you. This episode, this series. So let's see what Daniel has in mind here, question wise, so we can answer a lot of the questions. And then I think there is going to be a point in this series where we're probably going to open it up to you guys, throw some questions out at us that anytime you've been wondering something or you just, to be honest, want the truth about it, because I don't sugarcoat nothing. That's the nice thing. So let's see what unfolds today and what questions we have. So Daniel, I'm going to throw it to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, the first question is, what do pars, as a person who is just getting into this world, what do pars actually mean in golf?
So par is, I would say, what they call is the recommended strokes that you should take for that hole. So in the game of golf, there is a par three, par four, par five, many times in a golf course. So that's their recommended amounts of strokes it should take you to play that hole, if you want to say. Um, does that answer it?
That's perfect.
All
That's
right.
perfect. Okay. So the next question is, what is a good score for the average golfer?
So I have not looked at this stat in a very long time, so I could be speaking incorrectly. Last time I looked at it, I remember that only 10% of golfers, I believe, break 100 if they were to honestly play the game of golf correct. So when I say that, no mulligan off the first tee, not having gimme putts, uh, counting all their whiffs, everything like that, and then playing the rules correct when you hit in a hazard or hit it out of bounds. Only 10% of your golfers actually break 100. And then that stat goes down and down as you break 90, break 80, break 70, that it goes even less.
Got it. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Next question is, what is a handicap in golf and why does it matter?
So the handicap was created to try to make it where we could have a fair game of golf, if you want to say. So what it does is allow two people of different skill levels to be able to go out and compete against each other. Now, a lot of people think handicap is based off a par because they're like, your shots are dictated, like you might be a +2 or you might be a 2 or a 20 handicap, but it's actually based off of the rating of the golf course and the slope of a golf course. So, for example, and I could be wrong in anything I say here, a par 72 golf course that's really easy might rate as a 70 on the rating and a 125 slope. So, what it means is for you to be a scratch golfer or zero handicap, you would pretty much have to go out there and shoot 70 every time, even though the par is 72.
Okay.
Now, if you and I are playing against each other, you being a beginner golfer, let's just say you're a 20 handicap and I'm a 2 handicap. When we go play golf, that means I have to give you 18 shots
Okay.
in the round of golf for us to technically play fair or to have a competitive game.
Got it. That's pretty cool.
Yep. And your handicap's based off of, actually, I believe this has changed now too. When you put your scores in the Gin app or whatever keeps your handicap, I think it's based off of your last 8 or 10 scores. So it takes your best scores out of your last 20. So it's always changing. As you enter in a new score, your handicap updates
Okay.
accordingly.
Okay. Wow. I actually think that's pretty cool. Um, what is one simple way a golfer can tell that they're getting better? Any indications? Even if it's just one.
I think that's I think you could look at that different ways for different golfers and skill levels. So when I say that, um, You might have someone who's let's go back to this, a 15 handicap, but they're a 15 handicap because they struggle to hit tee shots, that they can't hit their driver good. And the rest of their game is great, but they don't hit good enough drives to keep the ball in play. Well, their level of how they can tell that they're getting better is actually their score might not change. So I think everybody looks at score as like, well, if I'm scoring better, then I'm playing better. Well, no, if he goes out next time and he hits 10 fairways instead of hitting 5 fairways, well, you played better. And you should honestly take the positives, because golf is so much about little positives that it creates confidence for you. And if you're more confident, you're going to play better golf. There's no question that it is a huge mental game.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. So what do you think is one thing that high handicappers do that hold them back the most?
So you're going to hear a mixed opinion on this, because everybody will tell you everybody needs to chip and putt better. Well, if I'm a high handicap, and I've said this for a long time, if you think about it, if you don't hit greens or don't hit fairways, all you're doing is putting a lot of pressure on your chipping and putting to be better, because you're having to hit a chip on every single hole and then hope you make a 5-foot putt. Well, what I would tell you as a high handicapper is we got to figure out a way for you to hit more greens, because if you're hitting more greens, you're going to naturally play better. So consistency for me, a lot of times I will tell you, is the biggest way for people to get better. Is do whatever you're going to do and do it consistently, so you can learn a way to play the game to make it happen. It's like I was with a group the other night, and a dude said, "Oh, the game of golf's easy." It was funny because he hasn't played much. He goes, "Just learn how to hit a 150-yard shot and hit it 3 times, and on a 450-yard hole, it's perfect." So if you can hit a 150-yard shot straight 3 times, and you're playing a 450-yard hole, well, then you're perfect. You're putting for a 4 no matter what. So I think so many people don't understand the game is really that simple, but we try to hit a drive 300 yards and we hit it in the woods. And guess what? That makes the game way harder. So I think it's just understanding your game, understanding how to play the best with what your ability and skill level is, and then going from there.
Okay. All right. That sounds really good. Are there specific type of clubs a beginner actually needs? Like, are there beginner clubs?
There's not. So there's not beginner clubs, I would say.
Okay.
Is there clubs that make it easier when you're first starting into the game? 100%, because of the way technology works and how it's set up. I would say that when you think of center of gravity, naturally, the farther the center of gravity is away from the face of the golf club, it enlarges your sweet spot and makes it easier to hit golf club. So a hybrid is naturally easier to hit than a iron. So if you're just starting in this game, yeah, a hybrid's going to be way easier for you to hit, just because of the forgiveness level that it has to it. And God knows we're not hitting the center of the face every time. I mean, Scotty Scheffler, I remember this probably like a year ago, best golfer we've seen at this time right now. And someone said, "Well, how many times did you hit it in the center of the face today when you were driving the golf ball?" And he said, "Well, I hit 14 drives, and I think I hit 2 of them out of the center of the face." Right. And he's the best golfer in the world at that time. So when you think about it, if he needs forgiveness because he's not hitting the center of the face, how much more do we need it? And then your beginner golfer, how much more do they even need it?
Right. That's awesome. So is it better to upgrade your clubs or fix your swing?
So this goes back to a point I make all the time. So let's say you and I are going to have a job today of digging a hole, if you want to say. And from a talent standpoint, I'm the most talented hole digger in the world. and you've never dug a hole before in your life. But we're going to give you the tool that's made for digging the hole, which is a shovel. And
Right.
they're going to give me, let's just say they're going to give me a rake. Who's going to dig the better hole, even though I'm the most talented hole digger you've
Right.
ever seen? So there's a fine line to where you could have the best golf swing in the world, but if you have the wrong tools,
Right.
it doesn't matter how good your swing is. It doesn't matter how good your swing is. So my best answer to that is get the right tools to fit your swing. If you do make your swing better or you make improvements, come back in and see us and let's make sure it's correct. We can adjust it, we can make changes, but the first thing is if you don't have the right tool, you have no chance no matter how talented you are.
Right. Makes perfect sense.
I mean, do you drive a race car down the road out there? No.
No.
You drive the car that's meant for the job in which you're
Right.
doing. So at the end of the day, it's just getting the right tool for the job.
Got it. Understood. So is there a way to know, or better said, how do I know if my clubs are actually hurting my game?
So it's a 100% what we talk about sometimes, you and I, is going through a fitting. I think I had 2 guys this week already that I have fit that I probably do something that people don't do in the business anymore. And I said, guys, this club just doesn't make sense to change. It's not going to do anything for you. There's not any improvement we will get at this time. And I said, I will be more than happy to see you again 3 months from now if you really want to get a new golf club. But are we technically going to get anything better? No. And that's where we tell the truth probably too much, in the sense of people want to buy golf clubs. So yeah, at that point, you are buying the golf club.
Right.
I'm giving you the information to let you know it's probably not going to be any different than what you already have in your bag. But if you want to buy it, 100%, that's on you at that point, because I'm the one giving you the best answer that you don't need it.